And I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show. I'm back.
Welcome to the show.
I'm back in the house.
Well, let's talk about it for a second.
Me talk about this.
No.
2 weeks
We'll talk about this first, and then you can talk about whatever grievances you have.
I have grievances.
Oh, you're grieved.
I have some problems.
Okay. Well, let's talk about you. This is the second take because you just cannot get the title of the show right. You were gone for 2 weeks, then you just forgot the name of the show.
No, shut up. We're not talking about that. What I'm going to talk to you about is that why did you go over 15 minutes 2 weeks in a row?
Because we had really fascinating, interesting discussion.
No, I listened to last week's episode.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
First 12 minutes talking about the Hamilton biography and a book that a friend of ours wrote that's just taking Ben Franklin's book and writing it in a modern Boston accent.
You know, it was a you don't have to
Why
rehash
did you spend 12 minutes on this? If you cut that and just talked about what we normally talk about on the show,
I don't think
you could have been within time. But no, y'all had to go for an hour and 15 minutes.
Nah, it's fine. I thought it was gripping podcasting.
And then also,
good pod.
No, I have a lot of problems with you.
You're just angry. You're just jealous and angry because it's the first time you've not done the show. It was 2 episodes you weren't on, and you're just so bitter about that.
No.
You've been brought down a level.
No.
And Trey was a great co-host.
Trey is fine, except 2 weeks ago you let him do the hello, and it was so long, which you never let me go that long, and two,
I don't know what you're talking
so monotone, I wanted to stab something, so I'm certain we lost all listeners for that episode.
I'll review the numbers, and I'm sure it's gone up since your vacancy.
I want some passion in the opener. We got to get the people in and get them excited. And there was none of that.
Eardrums.
There was none of that.
Yeah. See, the thing is Trey was the guest. I didn't want to interrupt him, and I respect him more than you.
Is that it? No, I see how it is. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if he was expecting me to stop him.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to. He could have gone for an hour or 15 minutes, and I might have let him.
Yeah, I would find that hard to believe without you just getting up and leaving the room.
I would have might have got a drink, but I would have come back.
Like a hard drink?
Maybe. But, you know, I think he did it the right length.
Okay.
But it was appropriate for the show. So people could, because it built that time, because people are like, this isn't Dan. Why is this not Dan?
Yeah, because there was
all these questions that, you know, if we just went into the show like normal, everyone would have been like confused. They've been like, who's this guy talking? So that 30-second, whatever it was, hello or welcome, whatever it was.
I think I checked the length. I think it was like 15, 20 seconds.
Well, whatever, that's what was appropriate for the audience to get attuned to Trey being on the show once more.
You know what I'm not accustomed to?
Not being on the show?
Texas
being
heat.
jelly. Being jelly.
Being back. I've been gone. I've been out of state.
Yeah.
In
Missouri or whatever.
You say a different state every time? I was in Minnesota.
Oh yeah. Michigan, got it.
Yeah, I was in Minnesota, mostly Minneapolis. And the weather is fantastic there right now.
No one cares.
I mean, they were talking about it was hot, and by hot, I mean 85.
That was I thought it was colder than that.
No, that was hot for them.
Yeah.
But most of the time I was there, it was like 75 at the highest.
Yeah.
So
that was not even our lowest.
Yeah, no.
While you were gone.
No, it was very warm. It's very hot today. It's 99 degrees today.
We're in Texas, and it's very hot.
It's August, so it's super hot. Super hot.
Yeah.
Super.
Not hot. Related to the game.
It's miserable right now. I was like, I literally got off a plane in Dallas,
and
walked
swam
off.
to your car.
I swam. I immediately started sweating.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I turned to Ethan, and I was just like, can we just go back to Minneapolis until October?
Yeah.
Like, can we just stay wherever it's about 70 degrees?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I played some games.
That's good.
On the planes.
That's good. We're not going to talk about that yet.
Oh. We're not going to talk about Hamilton.
Yeah, why not?
All.
Why not?
No,
you want to talk about
No, we're not talking about Hamilton. You have wasted more time on this show talking about fucking Hamilton.
Hamilton is fascinating.
Whatever.
It is.
No one cares.
I'm reading the biography now.
I don't care.
It's quite good.
I don't care. I have so much to go through. I don't want to talk about Hamilton. I have so many things to talk about.
He's an interesting character.
Yeah. On the plane rides, I played mostly Carrion.
Yes.
On my Switch, which is an interesting game to play in public.
The vagina icon
game. Yeah.
As me and Trey talked about last week.
Yes. It's changed now.
Yes.
Though mine didn't. I had my Switch in airplane mode for so long, it didn't update till today.
You wanted to hold on to that.
I was holding on to it.
You didn't want to update. Yeah.
Even though I finished the game. It's a fun little game.
So you finished.
I finished the game.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a fun little game. It's got a nice little story, that it kind of visually tells you, and
just this little nice horrible things happening to people.
Just a little platformer where you're just moseying around, ripping people in half and eating them. It's fine. It's fun. Ripping scientists in half while they scream is fun.
It's an analogy for real life.
Yeah, I was playing it. It's sitting next to Eden on the plane, and she looked over and she was just like wide-eyed, like, "What the hell are you playing?" As I'm just like smiling, and like I'm this visceral blob crawling through vents and stuff and ripping people apart and eating.
Yeah.
Them. She's just like, "What are you playing?"
I don't hear you very well. Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear you now. You dropped out a little bit there.
Okay. So I played that, finished it. Pretty good. I like it. And then I also been playing a lot of Paper Mario.
Just heads up, Dan. I know you've been away for a while. You got to talk into the mic.
I understand.
The thing in front of you.
Yeah.
That's that phallic-shaped thing. Stick your mouth to it.
I hope yours doesn't look like that. There's a term for that.
What is the term?
I believe it's a chode.
Yes, it is.
Anyway.
But put your mouth as close as you're comfortable to put it to it so people can hear you.
Okay.
There you go. You got really comfortable with that, man. You've done this before?
I've done this before. To be exact, I've done this 233 times.
Let's see a few more, because we've done specials.
That's fair. But at least
on the episode side.
Yeah.
Which we're even now. I've missed 2 episodes. You've missed 2 episodes.
And so never, after what I've learned from you do the show with just someone else, never happening again. That's it.
I thought we had fantastic shows. Really good. Lots of in-depth discussions, especially with me and Trey. Because Trey has a whole world of experience different in video games.
That's true.
And
that is nice.
And that's one of the reasons why
when you spend 10 minutes talking about, Dan's going to love this episode.
He is. You should. It was a good episode.
And he's going to be going, why are you... I'm screaming at the podcast on my phone going, why are y'all talking about this?
I think it was good show. Good show.
Anyway.
We should have Trey on again.
We shall. But preferably in your absence.
Well,
The Paper Mario. The Origami King.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of got a sense of humor, and it's just a fun game. There are these, I call them elementals. I thought about them. I realized I was saying the wrong term. The term in the game is velamental.
Velamental?
Yeah. You know what a vellum is?
It's a
type of paper.
Yeah.
It's a very fancy paper.
It's nice paper.
Yes, nice paper. So the velamentals are these 3 figures you get powers from, and you have to go fight them. And one's a turtle. One was a dragon. And then I've also gone through, the second boss. Because the whole thing is, the origami guy shows up and he
folds everybody.
Yeah, he folds all...
He bends them.
Yeah, he bends them into, origami-shaped folded soldiers, they're called. So you got origami versions of all the Nintendo... all the Mario villains, Goombas, and... There's also paper-mache ones that are really big.
Yeah.
Like paper-mache Goombas walking around that are, 3 or 4 Marios tall.
That's a good measurement.
Yeah.
Marios.
That's an official unit in the Mushroom Kingdom. Marios. MUs.
Well, it's not Mario. It's Baby Mario, isn't it?
In Paper Mario?
Yeah.
No. It's Mario. It's never been Baby Mario.
Oh.
Baby Mario only showed up in the Yoshi's Island games.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
He's really little.
He's Mario.
Yeah, but he's littler than usual.
He's Mario. Anyway.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just misremembering.
So they lean into the paper stuff, as you would expect. And so you got paper mache bad guys, and also origami bad guys. And then all the regular sticker-looking ones are just like the normal. And they're all like happy that you're there to help them.
You get them unbent.
Yeah. And, but anyway, so... These ribbons of paper ribbons come in and wrap around Princess Peach's castle and carries it away onto a mountain. So you're going around trying to destroy these ribbons so you can eventually get the cat back to the castle and
the castle
and save Princess.
As always.
As always.
Always got to save the princess.
So I've done 2 of them now, and there are bosses that come with the ribbon. The first one was and they're all like
office supplies
type stuff, or art supply. Like the first one was a thing of colored pencils, and it would launching them like missiles. Yeah. So like as you're going up the tower to get to the boss, it's like they're flying around and crashing through things like little heat-seeking missiles.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of interesting. And then the new one is this guy made up of rubber bands.
Yes.
And
Rubber Band Man.
Yeah, he's and the stage to get to him is a big Shogun style thing, but it's a theater, and the audience seat is on an elevator, and you're moving up floors to different stages and their performances. And Mario goes up on stage and interacts in each of these performances. The first one was a Western.
Oh, of course.
And so you had like the paper mache villains are in the play. So you had like paper mache Shy Guys were the town people, and then you got Goomba comes in with a cowboy hat, has a gun, and you have to do a draw with him and then 2 other outlaws.
Like a draw, like drawing?
No, like holding a gun. And like, no, I'm not joking.
Mario has a gun.
Yeah, Mario with a gun, shooting him, and then them exploding. Which was funny. And then you move up to the next stage, and it was West Side Story. With, what's their name? The pink dinosaur with the round nose and the bow.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that spits the eggs?
Yes. It's
her, I can't remember.
And then 2 teams, they literally come out snapping. And like Koopas. One side got green shell, one got red shells, and they come in, 2 of them got like shades, and they're like coming out snapping and doing a little dance number, and they're like fighting for her. And so you come in, and she's like, "Oh no, I love him," and so they're fighting you for it. And it's basically like a dodging, and like you just smashing them with hammers as they're like spinning around as shells. And then the last one was a Shy Guy ballet. It was a bunch of shy guys in tutus dancing in a ballet style, and you go up, and I thought at first you like dance with one of them, you're like being twirled around, and then you stumble and fall over, and the other one falls down and blows up, and then they're like, and they get mad and they start attacking you. And then you're just like, they're all performing ballet dances, and you're just bashing them with hammers. It's hilarious. And then you fight the giant rubber band man, and it's a fun game. It's just so silly, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I played the crap out of that. I'm playing it more today.
Well, good. Let's not spoil the whole game.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I highly recommend playing it.
I want to play it. You should have bought a physical copy so I could borrow it.
I can't do everything just for you, Dudley.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do.
No, I'm not.
I have bought physical copies of games, so you can eventually.
That's very kind of you.
Uh-huh.
I've done the same for you.
In fact, I do that on most of my PlayStation games. I get physical copies just so anyone, my friends who have PlayStation games can play it.
That's very kind of you. Thank you for being considerate.
Yes.
I don't know
why
you're
saying is you're an asshole.
That's a difference of opinion.
Okay. You got a long list. Can I get a game in here?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So last Sunday, after we recorded the brilliant episode,
which you had a terrible name for.
Yeah.
When you had a perfect
name
there.
I think I talked about it in the episode. I forgot to write down names.
Yeah.
And
I do that.
Does Daniel, as you usually do that, and I just
And I listened to it halfway through. I'm like, that's the title. There's a perfect title.
Yeah.
And I didn't use it.
And then I couldn't remember anything we talked about because I immediately forget everything we do on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And couldn't think of a name.
That short-term memory thing.
Yeah. And anyway, so after we had done that, and Trey had gone home, and him and his wife came back, and we played our 6th game of Clank Legacy.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Which was the most insane game we've done.
It must have not been too bad, because normally, after it goes really poorly, Jess texts me about how much she hates the game.
Well, the last 2 games she has done well.
Well, good for her.
2 games ago, she, which we and Trey covered extensively in the first episode you were gone.
Yeah.
And she got 2nd. Well, this time around, she got 1st.
Yeah.
With like 150 something points.
Wow, that's a solid amount of points.
Really high,
That's
which
legit.
is difficult to do in a 4-player game. Because when we were doing 3 players, we would get high points. Right, that would be the high end of it.
Yeah.
But since I've noticed with 4 players, the point counts lower because
stuff gets spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 130 something.
Wow.
But I had the 2 biggest artifacts.
Oh,
I got the 30 and the 20.
Nice.
And I literally went from the bottom of the board, like literally on the bottom where the 30 artifact is, all the way to the top in one round.
Whoa, you had a lot of moves.
I had a lot of moves. Yeah. I had the exact number of moves to go straight from the bottom all the way to the top. And I had the barking boots, which lets you move through forest. And so I just was able to do it, and which is good because I was getting close to death.
Yeah, I imagine.
I was like, because my plan was just try to get above ground, so I was going to carriage a portion of the way.
Yeah.
Or drop like 5 coins to carriage, but then I ended up having the exact number of moves to get out. So that's what I did. But so Jess won her game, her first in this group of Clank Legacy. So she was very happy.
Well, good for her.
And Trey, I think got 3rd, and Brandy was 4th. I was going because I've been trying to just going balls to the wall in this. Because I won the last one, or not the last game, but the last Legacy. So I was like, I'm just gonna do some crazy stuff in this, and it's 2 games ago didn't pay off because I died below ground, got 0 points, but this time I did pretty good.
So you had the what's it called?
Necrosis
in this game.
Yeah, I had the necrosis. I got rid of it in the 2nd round, turn. And then I just had some really solid draws. It was literally the most efficient deck I've ever made in the game. I had 23 cards. That's it.
It's not a lot. Yeah.
Not a lot at all. Yeah. I would cycle my deck every 2 turns.
Wow.
And I just had this really efficient deal, and I was just constantly cycling my deck. Yeah. And I had lots of draw cards, lots of moves, and I was just it was the most efficient game I've ever played. And it's been very good.
Yeah.
I'm very much enjoying the game, and hopefully we'll play another one soon. You want to take a turn?
Yeah. We played a ton. Eden and I played Tools Out, and we finished it, which it's a fun game. I don't know if I have anything else to add to it other than it's fun. Once we kind of got the rhythm of it, we got pretty good at it.
Once you figured out that you were doing it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But we also played a whole lot of Moving Out. As her and her sister call it, Couch.
Couch?
Yes. They called it Couch.
Oh.
Because it's a moving game, so you're moving couches a lot. Also, they spend a lot of time. There's an arcade mode set of missions, and one of them is just carrying if you're with 2 players, it's carrying a couch along this pathway that's kind of narrow. And so you have to work together and move around. And it took us forever to beat it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So it was a ton of time spent carrying one couch.
And sitting on a couch.
Yeah, while playing it on a couch. In fact, I wrote down here, this is a great couch game. But they called it Couch, and I didn't realize that, but it's really funny. They're like, hey, you want to play Couch? And I'm like, what are they talking about? Okay. And yeah, that's what it is. So me, Eden, her sister, and brother-in-law all played a lot. We went through the whole game. The boss fight is kind of crazy at the end.
There's a boss fight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all moving stuff. Yeah. It gets weird. You go to space. It's a weird game, but it's a lot of fun.
Space seems like it'd be easy. You just chunk the item in the general direction that you want it to go, and then,
No, there's still gravity on these space
well, then that's
there's stuff that, like, makes it easy to, like, jump across, and, like, there are fans and stuff that, so, like, it gets wild. But it's a pretty fun game. We had a blast playing it.
Yeah.
I showed you a video of them playing and just shouting and making noises. And it was pretty fun. We should play it. It's like I said, it's a fantastic couch game where you get 4 people together. They all shout at each other while trying to move furniture.
Yeah.
In really absurd situations. Because it starts off normal, just like moving stuff out of a house.
Yeah.
And then it turns into, we're in this factory and there's conveyor belts and we may be robbing this place. We're not really sure. It's like it gets really, really silly. We're in space.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. There's a train one. It's fantastic. It's really good. And there's a DLC for it, so I may talk to her, but see if she might, because she owned the game. She bought it.
Yeah.
Maybe buying the DLC so we can play it some more, because it's pretty fun. So we really
So you're really good at moving furniture now, and you can help anyone who needs it.
If I am a one-eyed cat who is wheelchair bound, yes.
So yes.
Because that's what my
we
character
can help you with most of those things.
My favorite... There's all kinds of different characters. Like, I played the one-eyed cat who was in a wheelchair. And Eden played an iguana.
Okay.
Yeah, and her sister played a person who had a toaster for a head.
Toaster Man?
Yeah, we called him Toasty.
Okay.
But the funniest thing about Toasty is that he's constantly cooking toast that just pop out of his head. So, and it's funny because if he's straining to lift something for a long time, he burns toast. Or if you change the style, waffles. It's hilarious. So you just walk out and he's just popping toast, and it just flies up and lands on the ground all over the place. So there's toast constantly flying out, landing on the ground. It's hilarious. It's super funny. There's also a character named Sunny, which is a sunny side up. His head is a sunny side up egg. Weird. It's a weird game, but I really like it. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. It's just a blast.
Yeah. My turn.
Yeah, go.
I've been playing Sea of Thieves.
I have too.
You finally got back and you played some Sea of Thieves with us?
Yeah, I got the game, Microsoft Xbox Game Pass, whatever it's called.
Xbox Game Pass. That's right. That's exactly what it's called.
I got that and tried it out.
Yeah, because it's $1.
It's a lot of fun.
Sea of Thieves is fun. And it's nice now. We have 4 players. It makes things a little easier.
I think y'all shout at me a lot.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're doing, and you're a terrible pirate.
I got drunk a lot.
In real life or in the game?
Both.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because you don't know what you're doing, and then we say, hey, do this, and then you don't do it. We're like, raise the sails, and then you are not doing it.
I didn't know you were talking to me.
Well, it was a general thing. That's what pirates do. They shout at each other until one of the other people do it.
I would do that and nobody would listen.
Because you were the new guy. You didn't know what you were talking about.
Except I knew the nautical terms.
No one cares about the nautical terms.
I was telling y'all it was on starboard or port, and y'all were just like, which way is that? And
we don't know. We didn't care. Yeah. We say left and right like normal people.
No. Ham got on, and he was with me. He knew what I was talking about. He knew.
That's fine, but I didn't care. Left, right. That's what I need.
Yeah, at one point I was getting tired, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna play anymore. I'm just getting sleepy. So I just kept drinking in game, and I was just like stumbling around.
Yeah, drunk. I got like 5 drinks deep at one point, and then we like almost impossible to do anything.
We get to a sunken ship that we were supposed to get treasure off of, and I just jumped in. I went to jump into the water, and then I couldn't get off the boat.
Yeah.
I literally was like, I'm trying to jump off into the water, and I would walk backwards every time I was trying to go to the ledge. It wouldn't let me jump off the ship because I was so drunk.
Yeah, because you would have drowned.
And then I started
the
singing.
game was trying to save you, didn't
Yeah, then I started singing, What Should We Do with a Drunken Sailor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Early in the morning.
What should we do with a drunken sailor?
Yeah.
It's
good. We that last one we found one of the Reaper's chests, the nice Reaper's chest. So we got a lot of money.
We got a bunch of money.
I
dressed up my guy like a cowboy.
Yeah, because that's what this game is.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm a cowboy in a pirate world.
Yeah, I'm a cowboy on the open seas. And because I wanted to look different. Y'all were all in your feathered hats and peg legs.
Yeah, I had a peg leg. My guy has a peg leg, yeah. And, it's fun. I played it a lot while you were gone.
Yeah, it's hugely fun. We were, though something pretty crazy happened. We were we working on the last mission? We were close to kind of calling it a night, but we were headed back to port. We had I think we had a sorrow chest at Crime.
Oh, yeah. The sorrow chest. Yeah, we had it.
Yeah, and then this guy showed up and jumped on our boat, climbed the mast of our ship, and got the...
Yeah, we had an explosive barrel. That we stored on the mast because that's what you're supposed to do.
Ham was shouting, there's a guy, he's up the mast. So I turned around and I'm like, I'm going to shoot him. And he all of a sudden jumped off the mast, lands on the deck with the exploding barrel, and blows it up.
Yeah.
And sends me flying off the boat.
He killed me.
It killed you. I think knocked someone else down, maybe. It sent me flying off the boat into the water. And so I'm out in the water. The ship, it broke the controls for the ship, whatever you call that. The helm, yeah.
Mr. Nautical terms.
It broke the helm, and
I know starboard and port, but I don't know. I don't know what a helm is.
Yeah, it destroyed the helm, and so we couldn't steer ship, but we were at full sails. So it was just barreling straight ahead, and we couldn't change the direction. And
Robert had some wood, and he fixed it.
He was working on it. So I'm thrown out to sea, a cowboy, lost at sea. And I look over and I see our ship just bearing along on fire. And I'm like, crap. So I went to the mermaid to get teleported back to the ship. And then I'm just like going below deck, scooping up water, taking it to the upper deck and dumping it on the fire.
Which, it puts out the fire, but it puts the water back in.
Yeah. So, it's progress. And then we were like, it's still on fire, but we couldn't find it because the big ship has like
it has a balcony
around the captain's quarter.
Yeah, the captain's quarter.
And so it was on fire, but we couldn't see it from the deck. So we were like, oh, crap, and we even found it. But it was pretty intense. It was pretty fun.
We had some pretty good fights.
I could not believe it. We survived that.
We had some pretty good fights that night we played, and we actually, most of the time we get in those fights, we don't do well. But having four players, we did pretty good, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And we were fighting some skeleton ships that were just
I boarded their ship.
Yeah, I did
was
too.
Just, like, whacking things.
They keep spawning.
And I was trying to sink their ship, and then I went back to our ship. I got one of our explosive barrels, and I took it over to that ship and put it in the hold, and was going to shoot it. But as I was getting ready to shoot it, the skeleton started getting around me. I couldn't get a shot on it, and I got killed before I could blow up their ship.
You would have died.
I would have died, but I was going to take the ship down with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was the plan.
It would have been good.
It would have been really good, but I didn't make it.
I just ran on there, grabbed the big skull in the lower decks, and ran away.
Yeah, I got a couple of small skulls, I think, while we were doing it.
Which I ended up losing because I was too far away from the ship to get back, and they were running because it was just too dangerous. So I ended up getting attacked by sharks and a shark and died, and lost that skull. But it was a blast. We're have to play some more. I also played a little bit of Void Bastards.
Yeah,
because it's on the Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on the Game Pass. I told you. What do you think of it?
It's interesting. I haven't played a whole lot.
Yeah.
I like the humor of it all. It kind of reminds me of Paranoia.
Yeah,
Paranoia, the role playing game where it's this helpful computer that's like, oh, here you go, you're a clone, go.
Yeah.
Go die, or last as long as you can, kind of thing. Which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting. I haven't got too far into it yet.
Some of the monsters you encounter in that game are creepy.
Yeah, they're weird. The few I've seen so far are weird.
You get run into more later that are even creepier. They're just like weird ghost things. And, it's a weird game. I keep waiting. They put out one DLC that adds like another set of ships, type of ships, but I kind of want more. I want a whole bunch of new stuff. Yeah. So I'm kind of waiting to see what else they put out before I go back to it.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I like the aesthetic. I like the overall.
It's got an interesting style.
It's all cell shaded, and
then the resource management in it is pretty good. And you only have so much oxygen. You only have so much. You're trying to make it as far as you can on the jumps with the food and not die. And then when you do die, you get a new dude and you pick up where you left off, basically. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all the games I've played, but I do want to get into something else that I've been doing.
Okay.
So, do you have other games?
I got a couple other games I played.
So let's talk about your games, and then I'll come back to this.
I played Codenamed with Eden, her sister, brother-in-law, and a friend of theirs. And it was pretty good, except I was playing with people who I don't know very well.
Yeah. So you're throwing out knowledge. You're dropping knowledge they didn't get.
I struggled at one point because two of the words I had was dwarf and gold.
Okay.
Which, with our normal group of friends,
wouldn't be that hard.
Would not be hard at all.
Yeah.
And
it'd be like minor.
Yeah. No. What I said was, because it's brilliant. It's so good. I said smog.
They didn't get it.
They had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah.
For
anyone listening doesn't know, Smaug is the dragon from the Hobbit,
which has a
predominantly
hoard of gold.
Stores.
Has a hoard of gold. Stolen from dwarves.
Yeah.
And so
featuring mini dwarves.
It was perfect. But I first struggled because I was like, what's the name of that dragon? And then I remembered pretty quickly, but then I was like, do they know
the Hobbit?
The Hobbit.
They didn't know the Hobbit?
They had seen no idea what I was talking about.
They didn't even.
They thought I meant smog, as in like pollution.
Pollution.
And Eden, I was the code giver, of course. Eden was the code giver for the other team, and she was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." But they're not going to know what you're talking about. Because I stood there for a while just going, do they, what, am I going to risk it? Because I have no idea if they know the Hobbit. And she's like, you could have been more generic and said something about token, which I did think about. That would have got them dwarves, I think. They would have probably guessed that. But I was trying to get dwarf and gold.
Yeah.
And that was the best way to do it, to pinpoint it there. If it had been anyone else, you or Ham or Robert, it would have been shoe-in. They did not have a clue.
Yeah.
We end up
You could have easily done depending on what else was on the board, be like, D&D 2.
Yeah, something like that, but they didn't have a clue. And so that was...
Dungeons.
Yeah.
Mines.
Yeah, exactly.
All of those would have been easy.
I don't know if they would have got there.
Yeah, because dwarves.
We ended up losing that game because I think...
Because they're uneducated.
No, I used the word...
I hope Eden doesn't listen to the show.
I used the word myth for something. It was like dwarf and something else. Loch Ness was the other one. And I used myth for those two, thinking that maybe I can get them to get those two from that. And they got Loch Ness, but they didn't really come up with the other. And then one of the words was figure, and that was the assassin. And,
figure?
And they end up picking figure on the next round.
Why?
Mythical figure, I guess. I don't know. And I was like, okay, and so we ended up
You
losing.
Shouldn't play with people in Minnesota.
We ended up losing. But it was funny because after I was the code giver, one of our sister's friend became the code giver, and or was it the brother?
It doesn't matter.
Either way, one of them became the code giver, gave the code, and I said, "Oh, obviously, yeah." It was the friend because he said Caribbean, and one of them was pirate. The other one was Jack. So I was like, Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean. There they are. So I picked pirate. That was one of them. Picked Jack. That was the assassin. First round, lost the game. And I was like, what? And they're like,
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. Pirates. Why would I not guess that? And immediately lost the game. So we flipped them over and ran again with the on the first round.
So yeah. So you shouldn't play Codenames in Minnesota, is what you're saying. They don't read The Hobbit. They think,
Yeah, I wouldn't generalize. I don't think that's true of the whole state.
Well, they're predominantly not from...
none of them are from Minnesota. So they're all from other states.
Okay, I'm sorry, Minnesota, for lumping you up with the people, the foreigners of your land.
I think, yeah.
Oh, that's inappropriate.
That's
I don't want. Let me rephrase it. I am
stop?
on the side of foreigners. I'm just gonna stop.
You stop.
I love you all.
I love everyone,
especially your foods.
I also been checking out a couple of games thanks to the Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Though weirdly enough, Crusader Kings 3 is on there now.
Yes.
And you can hit install.
Yes.
At the 10 meg download.
Uh-huh.
It installs, and then you hit play, and it pops up like a blue box, like an error message.
Uh-huh.
Windows error message. There's like, this isn't ready yet. Try back later. And then it's like, copy to clipboard or close.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, why does this show up this way?
That's weird.
So weird. But I was like, this game is not out yet. Why isn't it showing up here?
It must be a placeholder thing for
That's
the
exactly
way
what it is. It's really weird.
It's maybe because of the way the Game Pass system works, they have to have something there.
I don't know, but it seemed like, they could do it like Steam where it has a store page and it's just you can pre-order it and that's it. But this is like install and it's a 10 megabyte file. Like, this isn't a game. And then
megabyte. I think it's bigger. Yeah.
No. 10 megs. It's super small.
It's just
by today's
standards.
Just a few,
a couple decades ago, that would have been huge.
That's a lot. That was much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and it's just like, this isn't ready yet. Try again later. I'm like, this is really weird.
Just a placeholder, I guess.
But then I also checked out. I got the game Code Cross. I haven't played it yet. It looks pretty cool. It looks like an old school 16-bit top-down adventure game thing. It looks pretty cool. So I have it, but I haven't played it yet. And then I also got today I got Demon's Tilt.
Demon's Tilt.
Oh, Demon's Tilt.
It's
a pinball machine.
Pinball game. Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, it looked crazy when I saw you playing it.
And it's 3 layers.
I like pinball games.
I love pinball machines. I like immediately, like when I started playing it, I got into it and I was like, oh shit, I forgot how much I like pinball machines.
Yeah, I love pinball
But this one's crazy because it's a digital one. It has 3 layers. Mm-hmm. So there's a bottom layer with and each layer has paddles along the way. And so as you drop down from the upper layer, you go into the next area and then you knock yourself back up there. And
I used to play the crap out of that one. The pinball machine that was on the Microsoft.
The old Windows.
The old Windows. I don't remember. Windows XP, I think, had it.
Yeah.
Digital. I played the crap out of that all the time. I got pretty good at it.
This has the same control schemes.
Yeah.
Yeah, except it used WSD for the tilt buttons. And not the arrows. But I was playing it, and the first round I didn't do very well. I got like 1,000,000 points or something like that. And I was like, okay. And then I played in the next round, and I was on a roll. And it's got like all kinds of monsters floating around in, and there is like a whole occult thing. There's like a nun in the middle called Lilith.
Of course.
That turns into like something kind of, she starts bleeding out of her eyes and stuff. And then there's like up at the top, there's I think it's an astrological symbol. It's like a lion, but he's wearing like an iron mask that you break off first, and then he gets angry, and he's also got a snake friend with him. But he's just bouncing the ball around, and there's teleporting portals and
bouncing the ball around.
Yeah,
and pinball.
But anyway, I got on a roll.
You were rolling that ball,
and I got 13 million points.
Yeah. 13 times?
13 times what I did the first time. Huh. And then I played again, I got only 2 million. So.
Yeah.
It's fun, and I get into it.
I'm going to have to get it, because I love pinball machines.
I love pinball machines.
I love going to our movie theater used to have pinball machines. And
the old pizza place, Mazio's, here, had a Atom Family one I played the crap out of all the time.
Yeah. We met a guy who actually owned one.
Really?
Remember, we were interviewing for my documentary And he had was it Adam? No, he had a pinball machine. I think it was, and he showed it to me. I was like, oh yeah, I played that machine.
Yeah.
And I think it was, I don't know if it was Adam. It was one of those that we played
one
before.
of the themed ones.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's
I want
good.
one. It made me remember how much I would love to own a
That'd
pinball.
be pretty good.
Like a physical pinball.
Have it where you can switch it to the quarters or off, and then so when your friends come over, make some money off them.
Why would you think about making money off your friend?
Why would
just have a thing of quarters and then let them feed it, and then when it runs out, just open it and dump it out.
They have to pay. I'll have quarters ready, so if they got bills, I'll break them.
You'll break. You'll make change.
Oh, you only have 100. It's okay. Here's 100 quarters.
That's $100 bill is 400 quarters. Are you gonna have 400 quarters, Dudley? That's a lot of quarters.
No, I'm gonna give him 100 quarters.
That's a ripoff.
Yep.
Yeah, and so
you understand it's a scam, Daniel. The whole thing is to make money.
I understand that. That's
Cash money.
It makes me understand why you have no friends.
I have lots of friends.
They don't come around.
No, they don't. Well, that's because of the pandemic.
Oh, sure. Sure, that's why.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other games you want to talk about before I talk about the thing I want to talk about?
I'm certain I've forgotten stuff, but it's been a long time, so it's
you've been gone for a few weeks.
I've been gone for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So last week, Trey was talking about Card Wars, and then
I want to play.
Card Wars sounds really good.
I want to play it.
It's kind of Magic the Gathering and stuff. Well, when he was talking about it, I think we talked about it on the show. I can't remember. We talked about it after as well. I brought up Star Wars Destiny.
Yeah.
Because that was the card game I played.
Yeah.
Well,
we both played a bunch.
We played it a lot, and it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
Since I've played and bought any, and so I was going online.
As you do.
On that internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at the prices for the boxes, because they've ended the production of the game.
Yes.
But they've come out with 4 boxes since I stopped playing. So there's tons more cards. And so I bought 2 boxes.
But you didn't buy new stuff.
No, I bought...
Because they were cheap.
They were cheap.
Yeah.
And that's why.
I can't say anything. I also bought 2 boxes.
Bought them too, because they were cheap. It was a good deal. It was hard to pass up.
Yeah. Mostly because I bought the Spirit of Rebellion box because I was trying to get a second Palpatine dice. Yes. Which I did not do.
No.
But you did.
I did.
And now I'm trying to convince you to sell it to me.
We could negotiate.
Yeah.
What would you like to offer?
I told you.
What?
$20.
$20. Okay. I will. Let me give you
the going
a counter offer. Okay.
Yeah.
The soul of your firstborn.
Well, I probably never have children, so
that's worthless.
Also, I don't believe in souls, so. Sure.
No. I want something monetary. How about $1,000?
That is ridiculous.
Okay.
I can go buy it for like $25.
Okay. All right. $400.
No. Again.
Which is a reasonable price if you look at what people are selling these things for on eBay.
Yeah, I can go
stupid price.
Yes, I can go buy another box and potentially get one for $30 right now.
Yeah, because we bought the Spirit of Rebellion, it was $17 on Amazon. It was
normally $100 box.
Yeah, well, retail is like $120 originally, and it always drops to like $100. Yeah. But then you could usually a good deal. Like the last time I bought a box, I bought it for $80. And that was the new one. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is a good deal.
I think the last time I bought one, it was like $50-$60.
Yeah. And that's really what you're aiming for. Well, this was $17.
$17.
And then I bought the Empire War for $30, so it was like $50.
Yeah.
For 2 boxes.
Yeah. And what is that? 72 booster packs?
Yes.
Times 5. How many cards is that?
320 cards.
Yeah.
Total. Because you get 160 cards in a box.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it was fun opening the packs again.
Yeah.
But I do have the Palpatine, and I will be generous. I will sell it to you for the $20, I guess. That's reasonable. And then I'm going to take that money and
It's 180 cards in a box.
180?
Yeah, so that means there's 360 cards total.
Oh.
Yeah. It's 5 times 36.
I have the box right here. Let's
Yeah.
see, 36 booster packs, 5. collectible cards.
Yeah, there's 5 cards in each, so that's 180.
Okay, I thought it was 160.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, and I've been on eBay for the last couple of days, scouring, looking for deals.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Spirit of Rebellion went back up to $30
after we bought.
They were like, "Oh, market's booming. 2 people bought them in 1 week."
We'll give it a week. It'll go back down.
It may go back down. But prices on eBay are bizarre.
Weird.
People want a lot of money for some of these things. Like there was a guy.
I will say, out of that box, I got a 4-speed, which is probably one of the most expensive.
It is the most expensive card.
It goes for like $40.
Yeah, $30-$40.
Yeah, 30 to 40. I told one person trying to sell it for 50.
Yeah, not gonna.
No, 50 for 2 of them, I think.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, so. But I was just like, man. So if I sold that card, it paid for more. I'd make money off that box. But it's a good card. I have 2 of them now.
You want to do a swap?
No.
I'll trade you the Palpatine.
No, that card's twice the price of that one.
4-speed.
That's twice the price.
I would love to have 2 sports speeds.
I already have 2. I have 2. If I had a third, if I had a third, I'd totally do it. But I have 2.
I actually got an ancient lightsaber.
That's a really good card.
Also with like a $20 card.
And then that ridiculous cannon, ion cannon or whatever.
Yeah.
That thing is absurd.
That's a really good card.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It does like 6 damage.
Yeah, it can do. It has a. It's a legendary something sonic cannon, something like that, and it has a 10 or a 6 damage is the high one, and then on the card there's a chance that you don't have to pay.
Yeah.
So it costs money to get that 6 damage, it's like 3 coins.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
But you can, or 3 credits, and you can actually negate the cost. There's a chance of doing that.
Which is ridiculous.
6 damage like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I'll be playing with that at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been good. I've updated my spreadsheet to add all the cards in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was talking about on eBay, there's a guy trying to sell. This guy had never sold anything on eBay, like had no record on eBay. Trying to sell his whole collection, his whole collection of Star Wars Destiny, which only includes the first 2 boxes, so Awakening and Spirit of Rebellion. And he says he has almost 2 of everything. Almost. 2 complete sets is what he said. But he wants like $2,000 for it. And I was like, just looking through it, and he has Palpatines, he has the 4 speeds, there's like 3 4 speeds.
You could go buy
there's
all
this stuff. It's like, adding all together does not add up to $2,000.
No.
That might have been what you spent on it, especially if you got it early in there and you were buying hundreds of dollars worth of. I just don't know why you would think it's worth that much money.
Because of all the time he put into purchasing and finding all these cards.
There's no pictures of it either.
Yeah.
So it makes me very wary.
Leery?
Weary?
Leery.
Weary
is when you're tired.
I'm tired. It does make me tired. It makes me tired to think someone would think that's worth $2,000.
Weary and leery.
Leery of someone who's never sold anything on eBay, has no reputation, no pictures.
For
something
full set of Star Wars Destiny for $2,000.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good deal. It sounds legit.
You should go for it then.
I don't have that kind of money.
You should go out. You should drop.
If I were a wealthy man, I would buy a pinball machine.
I was scoffing at some people trying to sell whole sets for $400. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Which is more reasonable.
Yeah. I was like looking at one guy was selling a set, and it was at $50 bid. It was bidding. Yeah. So it's $50, and he said, "Send me a message if you want to see it. I have a Google Docs, the way you should do it, of all the cards." And I was like, "Yes, please send it to me." And he had a nice set, and they would literally fill out pretty much all of my missing stuff for like at least 2 or 3 of the boxes. Yeah, and it was only $50, so I was like, "I'll bid 70."
$50?
$50, yes.
Yeah.
I'll do 70.
And
then the person who had the bid. Obviously had a higher bid.
Yeah,
jumped over me, and I was like, okay, $100. $100, done. 1 bill, done. Jumped over me again.
Yeah.
So it's now 101, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm
done.
Go
120.
No, I'm done.
120.
The problem is, hadn't met the reserve.
Yeah. The reserve.
So,
who knows what the reserve is?
I don't know what the reserve is. It doesn't say. So I was like, I could outbid this guy and still not win it. But yeah, so I'm scouring. John Dorsey and Gary. I know John said he would sell some of his stuff. To me. So I was like, let me know what you got.
Yeah, I'd like to see what he has too.
I would like to
definitely will offload those.
Me and you need to.
Yeah, I gotta go through
look through ours because I have a list of all my extras.
Yeah, I need to go through and update my list and add this because I bought stuff last night before we stopped playing, and that I never updated on my list.
You gotta stay on top.
I gotta resort it and get it organized.
I redid my binder. I resorted. I changed my system for organizing them, made it better, more efficient. And so I spent most of the day doing that today.
Yeah, you were in the zone.
Yeah. So I'm ready for more cards. Jess is excited, a little excited, I think, because she likes playing it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Are we gonna play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll play."
Yeah. I told Eden I would give her a little run through with the 2-player starter set just to see if she might be interested.
Yeah.
She likes games a lot, so I think she would enjoy it. Even though she's not that big into Star Wars, I think she would enjoy the mechanics.
See, Jess doesn't care about Star Wars at all. And she likes it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because she's so into it now. I have to change my plan on how I'm collecting a card. My plan was to get 2 of everything and be good. Well, now I have to make decks for her. I'm like, well, I guess I'll keep some of the extras.
Yeah.
So, because if she want to use some of the same cards I want to use, I'm kind of having to keep more than I originally was planning to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll be playing that sometime soon. Once I start getting back to remembering how to make decks.
Yeah. It's 30 points.
Yeah.
30 points of characters, and I think it's 30 cards.
30
and 30.
I've with the new stuff I've gotten, the decks I was playing with recently, I can increase the character dice because I now have 2 dice for some of them. And Jess will be able to. She was playing with Ventress the last time, and now I have 2 Ventress.
Yeah.
So she could do a double dice Ventress.
Yeah.
Anyway, how much time we got? I got some news.
About 8 minutes if we
minutes?
stay within the allotted time frame.
Well, we have to, Daniel. That's the way the show works.
No, apparently the last 2 weeks it hasn't.
If you keep it interesting, we can go beyond, Daniel. But you just haven't piqued my interest. So some big news this week. Right off the top, the big news: delayed games, which is becoming a common trend.
Right.
Because of COVID.
Yeah.
But Halo Infinite has been moved to 2021.
I don't know anything about this game.
It's Halo.
Does it look good? I don't know.
The trailer I saw was pretty.
Yeah.
But it's Halo.
Okay.
I mean, but it was supposed to come out with the new Xbox Series X, which they announced coming in November.
Yeah.
And the game was supposed to come out then as
well.
well.
Now it's not.
But now it's not. So Xbox Series X is coming out without their big game to launch with, which I'm sure will be fine because no one's going to buy an Xbox. The wrong console. Also delayed Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 was delayed to 2021.
I'm excited about that one.
I am too. I'm looking forward to that one, but it was pushed back. They announced it's already come out now. The Last of Us 2 has 2 new modes to it.
Okay.
There's one called Grounded, which is basically a more difficult version. Here, I'll just read the quote that describes it. It raises the stakes, not only making the enemies deadlier and ammo, upgrades, and crafting materials incredibly scarce, but also removing invaluable tools for survival, such as disabling listen mode, which is insane, and deactivating elements of the HUD and more. So listen mode is where you press a button and you kind of can see where people are by hearing them, like creatures moving around. So you can see through walls, kind of.
Okay.
Which is a major element of the game to know where you can hide.
So basically, you're more human and less bat.
Yes.
I didn't know you played as Batman.
Yes. Basically.
Okay.
No. And then they also added a game mode that adds permadeath.
Oh. So you just die and you're dead and you're done.
And that game's done.
Wow.
You have to start over.
Oh, wow.
Well, there's 2 sets. You can do it by chapter, or you can do it by the whole game. And
so you think you could do it?
No. I told Ham, I was like, this would be the perfect thing for me to do a live stream of, because it would be over really quick and I'd be done.
Like, well,
we're going to do this live stream until I die. First
2 minutes later.
I'm dead. See y'all later. Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because there's particularly, we talked about the Rat King.
Yes.
I can't imagine surviving that without doing that whole fight without dying. That's a tough fight. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. You've seen the game, and you've seen how hard it is, and you've seen how many times I've died.
Yeah, I watched you die a bunch of times. I just thought you were bad at the game.
That was just in the small window of the game.
You're just bad at the game, right?
It's hard.
I think you're just bad at it. It's probably not that hard.
The other big news this last week or so is a bunch of scuffle around Fortnite. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I remember reading a little bit about it.
The game, basically what happened was Epic added a way in the game to pay money directly to Epic instead
Not
of going
through the app stores.
Yeah, through the app store, through the Apple and Google store, which is against the rules of their.
Well, it is and it isn't.
Well, it's a weird thing because if you go through the store, they get a 30% cut of the money.
Yeah,
and
Epic
didn't like that.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Also, apparently, the way that stuff reads is that you anything that you can only get in-game stuff for that version of the game. But if it's stuff that you can use outside of the game in the app, well, technically those games are on other platforms.
Yeah, Fortnite's
all cross-platform. You can connect your accounts all together and play wherever. So I think that's the thing they're arguing, that it's because of that.
Because if you buy it while you're playing on your Switch,
then you can go
to your phone
exactly.
and still play it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, because of that, Apple and Google have taken it off their store, so it's no longer available on there. You can still play it if you have it installed on your phone, but you just don't delete it, or you won't be able to get it back. Yeah. And Epic has filed a lawsuit against Apple and Google to try to get
it feels like they did this on purpose, looking for a fight.
Well, it's an interesting thing because their whole message is they're trying to break free of the you have to go through Apple or Google to get your game on a portable device, and they're trying to make it a little more open, which I understand, but it's also business, and it's complicated and messy.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I fully support the way they're going about it, because they're trying to generate fan outrage through it, and typically gamers getting outraged on things have not always gone well.
No, not really.
I mean,
also it's Fortnite.
Gamergate.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it. I mean, if it was a game I would think I cared a lot about, I'd more interested.
The thing is, they all make a lot of money off Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
Fortnite's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
For it's like it's a huge game, and Apple and Google make a lot of money, and that's why they're making a big deal out of it, because that 30% they make a lot of money off that by doing nothing.
Yeah, really nothing. But
really nothing.
Allowing people to download it to their devices.
But yeah, so that's all. That's all going on. Red Dead Online got an update that broke the game.
Yeah, I heard that.
Flying horses, apparently. Which sounds like a feature, not a bug.
Feature, not a bug.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't see what the problem
flying
is.
Horses.
But apparently
you know what they call those?
Pegasus.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with the mythology.
Yes. They're real, Dudley.
Mm-hmm.
Pegasi are real.
Pegasus.
Pegasi.
Yeah, Pegasi is the plural.
It's Pegasi.
But they've rolled that update back, so
they gotta fix the.
They gotta fix some things. Apparently, they don't want you to fly your horse. Well, I actually covered all my new. Oh, Mario doesn't have nipples anymore.
What? They took him out of Odyssey?
No, I don't know. It's just the graph they put out they recreated a shot from like an old image of Mario laying on the beach.
And he doesn't have nipples anymore?
And he doesn't have nipples in it.
Weird.
Yeah.
Mario and the curse of the disappearing nipples.
Maybe
they only show up when he
free the nipple.
No, maybe they only show up when they're erect.
He's excited.
when they're stimulated.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was running in the early Odyssey,
Well, he's outside. It gets hot.
hot.
You know, your nipples chafe, and you know, they get a little nipple erection.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's
all right. Well, we're gonna end this at a reasonable amount of time, as we should. So please go to our website at duddandan.com or duddan.com. That's DUDNDAN.com, and like, comment,
subscribe, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And whether we're here or not, we will put out an episode every week,
as we have for the last 235.
Are we gonna? Is the show gonna go on when we're dead?
When one of us is dead. As long as there's one of us, the show will go on.
Well, then, if you said whether we are here, so both of us are gone.
I meant one of us. As long as one of us is around.
Because if both of us gone, I don't think the show's going to keep going.
I don't know.
I don't think Trey's going to carry the mantle for us. Welcome to Dud and Dan. I'm Trey, and there's no one here named Dud or Dan.
The spinoff.
It's a spinoff. Trey and Ricky.
Trey and Ricky.
Welcome to Dud and Dan. I'm Trey, and I'm Ricky.
That'd be weird.
And everyone's like, why did they call themselves Dud and Dan?
Yeah.
They would be a memorial podcast.
Yes. And they don't talk about games at all.
They don't talk about games
They
at all.
talk about Hamilton.
Oh, God. I will roll in my grave.
I put a stamp of approval. I will sell the rights to them if that's what they do. That's all they do is talk about Hamilton.
I will put in my will that you cannot do that.
You don't own most of this show.
Yeah, I do.
You own 50%. That's not most. That's half.
And neither do you. You don't own most of the show.
I didn't say I did. I just said you
Therefore,
don't.
you can't get away with it. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Dud and Dan.